February 9th, in a temple. Training hall. Right. Is this what Gadot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you'll want to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine. There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then. Do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. I'm like straight off, like, okay. This door. When I was here earlier, there was only one lock. But now there's 5 of them. Are they just... like, why... like, they're clearly Psyche locks, but it's like... how are they manifested into the real world and not... the mind's eye sort of thing? Like, what? Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. Never seen locks quite like these before. I have. I've seen locks and chains like these before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a Psyche lock. The only thing I could think of is it's maybe Maya is in there and Elise is trying to protect her from beyond the grave sort of thing. I wonder if these locks, well, Misty, you know. I wonder if these locks are guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. Escape. Why did you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was alright, but... but what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and... who in the world would do something like this? Again, it has to be someone protecting Maya, surely. Surely. Trick lock. These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Korean tradition. There are 100 ways to set them. So only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks. Don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one. Yes, that's correct. What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. Suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it will take time, won't it? Yes, about a day if I had to guess. A whole day? Get started. Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. We've got to wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. I mean, can't you get like 5 people? I mean, 4 people, because you can do one of them very easily. That can cut the time by 4? Right? Because if it's just entering combinations, like, get 4 people doing it. Right? The night of the crime. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the inner temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the inner temple. It's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. So this is where the Dahlia stuff comes in, surely. Like, Dahlia was here, Iris was over there. I knew it, there's something going on here that we don't know about. Do we have enough? I don't know. I'll give it a go, though. The night of the crime. I think it's about time you told the truth about where you... what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Right, so that's Bikini. There she is. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini? Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. So that has to be Dahlia. Sister Bikini didn't just see you. She spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. There we go. Acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think. Why are you admitting this? I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Anything I can think of if we've still got something somewhere. Rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. Yeah, like it doesn't line up with your own testimony. Take that! You yourself testified to the contrary. Don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. Mr. Wright? You even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were two of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time. Which means there must have been two of you. Can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible. Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? And show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me. Ah. I thought I had it. Oh. I need proof of Dahlia. Do I have anywhere? I was gonna say that proves like that. Ah, there's Dahlia. Oh no, it's like, no, that's Iris. I need something that's Dahlia, don't I? We need to go investigate a bit more. Because I've got nothing that points to Dahlia. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. We got far though, that was close. We're so close. Okay, Inner Temple Gate. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks. So I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. Okay, so let's move to the garden, where Edgeworth's crying. February 9th, in Temple, Garden. The cops are still combing the place, and they look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's got to be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow. Can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey, don't you dare run away. What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. Thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. What? What? You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? Because this may lead to the Dahlia stuff, so... There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why. I mean, because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow. Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect. Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? Indeed. It's that sort of thing that I don't like it, but I agree. So, guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. Again, that's not an irrational fear. There's like, no. No. But thankfully, my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school. Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with a big quake that hit the courthouse. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that quake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? Think I don't know that? I was there, but... It was such a shock. Never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? Iris. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. Felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. Felt like I'd seen her in court before. She went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file? Yes, I checked over every case file I ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. Can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. Neither did the case. Oh, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes. I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Okay. Do I have it now? I don't. Huh. I thought that was leading to like a big sort of like, aha, Dahlia Hawthorne. Like... There's gotta be more we have to do somewhere else then. Just the only thing that makes sense. Okay. February 9th, Dusky Bridge. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. Sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe if I find Larry, I'll find Larry sulking again. I mean, he's always sulking. No matter where he is. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Oh, Mr. Nick, there you are, Pearls. Pearls! What are you doing here? Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry. This is the Losers' Shack, where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? Got a problem with that? Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Larice did a picture of me. That's, great, Pearls. Going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. Aw, Pearls. Larice's sketch, let's see it. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? Oh, I wanted to see the picture of Pearls, but alright. Huh, I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forever. What am I going to do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's really well drawn. And I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing. See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy. No. It wasn't a dream. She really flew, I'm telling you. Iris really flew that night. Mr. Larice. Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg of you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. See, again, he's looking at it upside down. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. It's upside down. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. It's looking at it upside down! Hey, what's with the look of doubt on your face? I mean, come on. The night of the crime. Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you, and what exactly were you doing when it all happened? I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick? Sorry, Pearls. But yes, it does. On the night of the murder, we were supposed to be in Miss Duanim's room reading a book together. But Miss Duanim was murdered and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. So what exactly happened that night, Pearls? I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick. Oh, god damn it. Whoa. I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power. It has disappeared. What? The powers have disappeared? Okay. What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls? It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick, you made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm gonna have to break her psych locks to get the truth out of her. Alright, I'm just trying to think that I need to try and get information about Dahlia somehow, but how do I get that? And I don't think this is going to be connected, but we'll see. I mean, it's connected to the overall thing, but I mean, directly to us getting a piece of evidence that points to Dahlia. The night of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Duanim's room reading a book together, correct? Yeah, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end. You didn't go? No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous. So Pearls never went to Miss Duanim's room. Because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls. On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? It's gotta be the inner temple. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Well, that would be Maya. Now I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay? You mean you know? If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth? Okay. You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is... It's gonna be from Maya. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. I signed up, for your special course. Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the inner temple. That's one. And we're clear now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. At what time was it when you headed over to the inner temple? It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until about 10 o'clock. Till about after 10. How did you know what time it was? Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out. She heard the lights out bell. Hazakura Temple's bell is pretty small though, isn't it? Must have really good hearing. I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. Didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible. She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell? Huh? Oh, I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. Because of what? Something to do with 10 o'clock, then. I mean, that's 10, but I don't think that'll work. I think we've hit a dead end, then. We need something that points to like she was worried about something that was happening at 10. But I don't know what. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Okay, so let's move on over to the main gate. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. Oh my. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main hall. Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern? It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Korean tradition. We have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini. Oh, yes, we're in the middle of a chat, weren't we? Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Korean disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple. It's about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. And she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master. She said, someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line. Dahlia. Dahlia's trying to get revenge. Right. I'm going to pursue everything with that kind of logic. That, like, Dahlia's somehow trying to get revenge. And it would be on, like, the entire family of the Fays. How does that all work? I'm here to put a stop to them. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line. There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. Although it is sort of like that thing of like, I think it was Dahlia, but I'm wondering if it actually goes back to a certain case in the second game. That child becomes the new Master of Korean, and her daughters, the main family. All of her mediums become branch family members, with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. Yeah, we've had that happen before. Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? But I'm still leaning towards it being Dahlia, but it's like, It could be someone else, and it could be completely unrelated to the Dahlia stuff.